Lights, camera,
Rolling.
action.
Welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About Verticals, a place where secrets are spilled, stories unfold, and the mysterious world of verticals is revealed in all its glory. Behind the scenes, oh yes. Exclusive insights, absolutely. Eccentric characters, you bet. So pull up a chair, pour yourself something suspiciously strong, and prepare for a conversation you didn't know you needed. So welcome to the podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. And now, let's talk. Hello and welcome to my podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. Today I have an actress. She joined the vertical space in the same year like I did, but I entered as an audience. She entered as an actress in a werewolf one, if I'm not wrong. I think it was the first one I saw with Ethan Kirschbaum in it. I'm not sure. I will ask her. But so she is also nearly 3 years in this vertical space. So there is a lot to talk. What happened in the last 3 years? And I'm very happy to have her. And I say hello to Cosette Hatch. Welcome to my podcast, Cosette.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. What a nice intro.
3 years. What was the, oh, am I right?
You
that
were
the
right.
first
Yeah.
one was a werewolf one?
Yeah, you were right. You were right. It was
Because
a
in the
werewolf one for
beginning, I
sure.
was
Ethan.
avoiding all the werewolf stuff and the vampire stuff, to be honest. No, the storylines were a bit too weird for me. So
That's fair. I didn't know at all what was happening or what I was doing or getting myself into, so it was a
what was
perfect
your
introduction for
part?
me.
What was your part in this first werewolf one you did? Was it a day player role or a little side role, or what was it?
Yeah, I was playing the supporting. I was playing like the best friend of the
So a
main.
good girl. You
Yeah,
were a
good
good girl.
girl. Yeah, I was the lead girl's BFF,
Okay.
and yeah,
And how did you get to this type of role? I mean, I'm sure you not saw on Actors Access and casting calls said, "Oh yeah, werewolf vertical, I want to do it." Yeah, right?
I did see it on Actors Access. I did not. It didn't say vertical. It didn't say what. It didn't really describe what I later learned what it was, if that makes sense. I don't
Yeah.
think I quite understood what it was. I think I had probably understood that it was for, they used to say it was for like TikTok or something like that
Yeah.
because
But
they wouldn't really
it
identify
ended
the
up on
app.
Shortmax, right? Or where was it? I think it was
I have no idea.
Shortmax.
I will
Shortmax
trust you.
was at that time the platform which dropped nearly only werewolf stuff. So I'm sure it's on Shortmax, to be honest.
Maybe it could have gone from app to app. I'm not
Yeah.
even sure. It was a very yeah, those were the days. That was a very like very low budget. Like I wore the same costume in every scene every single day for 7 days. It got so smelly. Like it was like I was like, please wash this. Um, uh, yeah, it was so different. But it was fun, and I met such sweet people, and like Adam Santa Cruz. That's how I met him,
Yeah.
and they had a few of them had already done a few, and they kind of explained to me what was going on, and that these were starting to be made, and it was like, you know, some decent work, and if you do one and they like you and you do well, like maybe you'll get another one. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, cool, maybe I will. I don't know, we'll see. And then, here we are. So it worked out.
How many verticals have you done so far? Do you know that?
I'm not sure. I know it's over 30. It's hard because I know some of them aren't on IMDb because they didn't used to put them on IMDb.
Okay.
Um, I know it's over 30, but I would have to like diligently go back through like all my emails and
Uh,
and count all of the, but
what
maybe
was your
34. or something like
What
that,
was your
35.
first lead role you got?
It was the second one that I did. It was originally called Sly Maid, and then they later changed the title to The Maid's Vendetta. And I think it was sold to multiple apps. So on some apps it was Sly Maid, on some apps it was The Maid's Vendetta. My co-star
So
was
also a
Paul
werewolf one?
Addison. No, no, it wasn't. It was really cool. It was like a revenge story, and I basically played this um classic an orphan. She had been orphaned by the stepmom who like
Mm.
came in and then like killed the dad, and then
Okay.
got rid of her, and then she came back as a maid and infiltrated the mansion and then woos the son, and then the mom catches her and tries to get rid of her, and it's this whole thing. Um and
What were your thoughts about this story?
I thought it was so silly and so dynamic and dramatic, and it was so there were just so many outlandish twists that we just had to lean into it, and there were a few funny details that added to our ability to be able to do that. One was our director was Leo Max. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's
Yeah.
notoriously like um extra. He's very
Extra.
encouraging of like the soapy, like otherworldly, just very more, and like how can we milk this soap? Like how can we make this like even more dramatic and even more weird? And so that was part of the adventure. And then the other kind of funny thing was that the the two young women playing the moms were like our same ages. so
But that
so
that hasn't changed till now. That there are so
I
young
know
moms.
it was so crazy. They were like, we all looked the same age. And so I'm like, my mom's like dying in my arms. I'm like, Mom, and she's like, looks like me. And then Paul has his mom, and she like looks like his age or younger even. And he's like, Mom, and she's dying, and everyone is just like the
That's
most
a thing
dramatic.
I don't get.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
I saw a
I'm not
vertical
sure.
with Ashley Bode. She played the mother of Haley Lorelei, and I
Yeah,
was
what is,
so
yeah.
really. And then they made Ashley two gray stripes in the hair, and that should have made her old. Oh,
They're like done, sold. I believe
yeah, yeah.
it.
And I was so
Yeah, I
what? And
don't
when I
know.
recorded with Robert Keefe, he
Uh-huh.
said he was told from a casting committee, yeah, you could play a 50-year-old dad and
Huh.
of a 20-year-old son. And I
Weird.
said, no, simply
Hmm.
no.
I wonder if it's like a I don't know. I don't want to presume anything.
No,
I
but
would
that
love to
hasn't changed since the beginning.
I would love for
Sometimes it's
someone
ridiculous.
to explain from the other side, like why what they see. I don't
I
know.
don't I don't get it, to be honest, because as I said, there were so many verticals where so young actor and actresses, and you see exactly the youth in the face, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they had kids with 8, 9, 10 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and you watch it and said,
Like
not
I don't.
even close to be
Yeah, yeah.
possible.
I
So yeah. So
know.
when I mean you had a lot of verticals in 2024, I know, because there was the mostly of the time I saw you, and in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Was it kind of snowballing, and it happened all so fast that you didn't have the time to do anything else in acting then? So did you get full time in a vertical actor, or was there still time to do, let's say, some commercial short movies or what else?
Um, the former, you're right. It did take over. It became like my full-time thing. And then last year, I mean, which, for better, or for not worse, but like it just was the thing. And I was like happy to ride that wave for whatever it was meant to be for me at the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, you know, in 2025, um, I started to feel that itch of like, okay, now how can I continue to grow as an actor? How can
Yeah.
I continue to expand? Because obviously I didn't feel like this was my ceiling. And I was lucky enough to be offered a role in my first SAG feature film, which I
Mm.
got to do last October.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not out yet. Can't wait though. um, and when I filmed that last fall, that really shifted things for me. I was so ready for it. I was like itching for that opportunity. And when we were there filming it, I was like, oh yeah, I was like primed for this. And all of that vertical experience definitely helped me prepare for that and get there and get ready.
Mm.
And then that helped me blossom even more. And
Yeah.
so from there, it became okay, now how can I balance the verticals and allow them to be, if I'm going to be a little bit pickier moving forward
Mm-hmm.
so that I can continue to grow my career in other ways at the same time.
Yeah.
So now I've been chasing this kind of balance at the same time. And I also want to help grow the space too. I don't want to be a part of what holds it back or be part of what makes it go backwards by any means. I've always seen its potential and always seen where it could grow and how it can get better. And if I'm going to be involved in verticals, I only want it to get better and grow. So um, that's as long as I'm going to remain working in the vertical world while I do the other stuff. Um, that's what I want to do. I want to be a part of the thing. I want to be a part of the groups that want to like experiment and
Yeah.
make those stories that feel a little bit different. Granted, sometimes you need a paycheck. I get that for
Yeah.
sure. Um, but as much as I can be a part of the like more progressive projects, I want to be. I want to be what's ahead, you know?
But how was it when you got to this film set then, and there is not even half of the pace from a vertical? Was it sometimes so, well, are we not done? Can we, you know, the
Yeah.
vertical sets are so fast paced.
hmm
And then when you go back to a movie set, I don't know how many pages you shot in a day, 4, 5, whatever.
I think the biggest day we had was like 6 to 8 or something like that.
Yeah, so
And they were
compared
like
to a
so stressed.
vertical, yeah, and you were sitting there, so, huh, okay.
I know I did have some downtime. It was so interesting, but it was so great because I mean, I was the lead in that, so I was still very busy, and
Okay.
the downtime that we had in that was spent like I was really running the lines, and I was really like, or I was with my scene partner, and we were really trying to get into it because this was like, these are meaty characters.
Mm.
It's a much different style. It's a much different um purpose.
Yeah, I think the
Um,
story has more depth, has it? That it
of
has more
course,
depth.
yes, of course, yes. Um, I would love for the verticals to start creating more depth, but for a feature film, they were able to take that time to write it
Hmm.
with that, and they are able to take that time in pre-production with that intention, and so then the acting is afforded that time as well. Like I was able to take that time to every night and on set to bring as many layers and facets to it that I
Mm.
wanted to, and it was such a luxury. It was wonderful, and um I'm getting emotional about it. I remember I just love acting. And I remember thinking I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna go back to verticals after this?
And so,
Because it felt so good to scratch that like real acting itch. Not that
yeah,
vertical acting isn't real acting, it for sure is.
Yeah,
It's
but
just a
it
different
happens so
kind,
fast, and it
a
happens so
different
fast
kind.
that you cannot,
Yeah,
sometimes I think that you cannot enjoy it because it's 8 days, cut, gone. You know what I mean? And then go to the
that's
next one.
true.
So I
Yeah, you make
think,
a good point about enjoying it because sometimes you'll be in a vertical where you are lucky and afforded a scene that you get to really sink into, and you get like maybe three takes instead of the
yeah,
one, and
yeah,
it's emotional, and you were like, yes, that was awesome, and like maybe you want to sit in it for a second, but like, okay, we have to go, 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 and
yeah,
you're like, wait, wait, wait,
yeah,
I
that's
just
it.
want 30 seconds.
Give me, please, huh? Let me enjoy
Yeah,
it for a second. No,
yeah.
that's what a lot of your colleagues told me, that sometimes it's so fast paced that you don't have the time to process it
Mm,
because then it's over, and maybe
mm,
it's a role you really liked, so then it's
mm.
bang gone.
Yeah, for better or for worse, that's very
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's very true. Sometimes that's good because it helps you um, get through tougher days that are more painful,
yeah,
you know? And sometimes it sucks because you're like, this is something that I love and this is a process that I love, and I wish we all weren't treating it like it was a mill, you know?
mm. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
it's true.
factory. This
Yeah,
is I don't want to feel like I'm factory acting. Like I
yeah,
want to feel like I'm
living the acting.
yeah, especially because this is going to be a weird comparison, but I promise there's a point to this comparison. But I, for a brief time, worked as a performer at Disneyland, and there were as a character, and there were girls who you could tell after having worked there for so long maybe should have just quit because they no longer felt the joy in it, that they weren't even trying to be the character anymore. They weren't
Yeah,
even trying to do the voice. They weren't even trying to do the world building, storytelling, conversational things. They were just being like so
it's a
casual,
job.
modern, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. And I'm like, now you're hurting that experience for the guests that you're meeting and the little
yeah,
kids that you're
true,
meeting. You're
true.
actually hurting the experience for these people. And that's what I don't want to happen for the audiences who genuinely enjoy verticals or genuinely enjoy watching entertainment. I don't
Yeah,
want acting to become this thing where we're so rushed through that it
yeah.
becomes this like, okay, just emote this thing, just do that gesture, just follow this reference, just be a Barbie doll and get the job done. Because that actually does the audience a huge disservice.
And you see it. I've watched
Mm-hmm.
more than 1,500 verticals so far, and I can tell you exactly for whom it was just a job to be done
Mm.
because of the paycheck, and who really, let's say, lived the role while acting. And it's also the same. Sometimes there is absolutely no chemistry between the leads, and you see it that they are maybe great actors by themselves, but the chemistry is not there, or you see that it's so emotionless. And that's the point. What I'm struggling right now with this upcoming AI verticals, because they are
Mm.
not they
Chemistry.
are not marked if they are with AI. There are some are fully, I'm a studied business informatic technology lady, so for me, in some way, AI is great.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have to use it, let's say, very thoughtful. For example,
Mm-hmm.
for werewolf verticals or stuff, AI is great for all the shifting special effects,
Sure.
So, but, and that's the point what you said, AI actor, let's call it that way, can
Mm-hmm.
never transport you the emotions and this small body language and stuff like that, which is so badly needed in some type of roles.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, like the Disney characters who had it so automatically in the blood that they are
Mm-hmm.
doing it more like a robo, not like a person. And it's exactly the same with this AI stuff. an AI vertical, in my opinion, can never get you as an audience this emotion or this, let's say, maybe entertaining roller coaster in a vertical like real actors can do. And that's what actually is happening. I get it that it's for the production company sometimes easier, faster, cheaper to produce. I get it. But I'm every day hoping that the audience doesn't watch it.
I know.
So that the production companies see, okay, we can use AI, but not fully AI in a vertical. We can use it for special effects, maybe for organizing on a set or whatever, but not doing this whole thing as AI. No, that's not working.
Yeah, I'm curious what they'll do. I mean, it's a quarter of the cost, but in terms of dollar bills, but at what like audience cost, like what emotional investment cost,
That's it.
and
Yeah.
and using it to test a concept is I guess I can see that sort of, but like how can you actually accurately test a concept without the real people endowing the words with
Yeah.
the real connection, like you're saying anyway. And I thought about this too. I'm like, well, I guess AI might work maybe for like storyboarding for shots,
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that. Like that's kind of cool. But you said the word transport, like AI will never transport
No.
the audience from,
No.
there's like a lack of connection there. And the AI will never have that quote unquote it factor that, you know, is required when audiences connect to the character or person or whatever they're watching on the screen because it's like a soul to soul connection and AI doesn't
That's
have a
it.
soul.
That's it. I'm doing also for this podcast from the beginning episodes with fans, so with the audience, and I'm asking them always, how did you get, let's say, hooked to the verticals, or how did you get into? Mostly of them got into by an advertising of Real Short. So the marketing department of Real Short is really doing a really great job. But mostly of them, if you're asking what was the reason you started watching verticals or what was the time, a lot of people telling you, I had maybe lost a person in my life, I was grieving, I needed entertainment, or I had a kind of mental health problem, or a lot of the audience is entering the space when they are not in a good mood, so that they need a kind of distraction, so that they need be entertained, stuff like that. And that's what you say. So in that way, when they are, let's say, not in such a great mood, the soul is more open to connect to people which act. And with AI, that doesn't happen. Because, but the main problem actually is that the platforms are saying, yeah, but there are a lot of people watching this AI stuff. I can tell you why. It's not marked that it is an AI. So mostly of the audience are starting watching these verticals, and after 2-3 episodes you see, oh, it's an AI shit, I turn it off. But then the view is already counted. So I won't have a problem with this AI stuff as long as it would be marked, let's say in a type of category. When you open the app, you see, okay, this is, as they always have, this is hidden identity verticals, this is mafia verticals, so that they will do a category there. This is the AI stuff. So the people who really want to see it can watch it. But actually, at the moment, you cannot see it from the poster or stuff like that, if it's an AI one or not. So you have to start watch it to get it if it's AI or not, and then it already counts as
Ugh,
a view, and
ew.
that's a big problem. The company should, let's say, count the outdroppings or how many episodes were really watched,
Mm-hmm.
and not count every single click as a
Yeah.
view, because
Their
that's not
method of
true.
counting, what they count is very interesting. I have been there have been companies that have tried to persuade me to accept a role based on uh, data such as quote unquote impressions. And impressions don't really matter to me just because impressions, if you look that up, really just means like s- someone, it's just like something is just playing on someone's phone. It doesn't mean they're interacting with it. It doesn't even mean they're watching with it. It could be on someone's, like, I think it means it could be even on like their For You page. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But Google Impressions, it's very loose. It's a very vague
Yeah.
term. And also, what might be popular in China per se doesn't sometimes does not very much does the
Oh,
opposite
it
somewhere
doesn't
else.
work for Western
So,
countries.
and I also have a theory too on what different countries tolerate in terms of um, AI level, like not tolerate, what's the word I'm looking for? Like are desensitized to.
Yeah.
So I feel like some people who might be really used to using a lot of filters regularly on their faces and are used to seeing themselves distorted on the regular might be really comfortable seeing AI shows because they're already really used to seeing a distorted face. So
Yeah.
to them, it's not that weird. But to some other people who don't distort their faces or see other people distort their faces as often, it's going to seem very jarring and very uncanny valley. And yeah,
Mostly
they're
the
the
lip sync doesn't even work
oh, and
in
their
the
like
AI.
mouths are so big and scary. And for me, it's the eyes. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's the mouth and the eyes. The mouths get so big, and then the
And the
eyes.
chin is so hard. You,
It's yeah. Oh, it's so scary. It's just soulless eyes. It's wild.
yeah,
It's just
yeah, it is. No, and
oh.
I think as long as for the audience, it's not clearly to see which is AI and which not,
That's just
because
manipulation
that
too.
is, and it's
Hmm.
getting a wrong number of it. As I said,
Hmm.
I am
Catfish.
sure that 80% of the audience who started the AI vertical turned it off after the fourth or the fifth episode lately.
Right. So them being like they watched it might just mean like, well, they
Yes,
clicked on the first one just to start
that's it. And then they
it.
are realizing, oh shit, it's in AI stuff, and drop off.
Hmm.
So these numbers, as I said, I'm a studied business informatics technique lady. I can tell you how easy it is. But the crazy part of what for me is really great is that the smaller platforms don't even publish the numbers on their apps. It's only Real Short, Drama Box, Drama Wave, the big platforms,
And did you
which
know
are,
they can just change those numbers too? Like
yeah.
they
Come
don't
on,
have
Cosette,
to
let me
tell the
ask you this.
truth.
Let me ask you this. A new vertical drops, and after not even 12 hours, it should have been watched by 2 million people.
Right, right, right.
Simply no.
Like we need proof.
That
Yeah.
is, that's it. So I prefer it. Okay, I prefer already watching verticals on the smaller platforms like Drama Pops, Candy Jar, My Drama. So these one,
Hmm.
because they are
Would
much
love
more
to
better
work for
in
Candy Jar and My
quality.
Drama.
They are
Hmm.
much more
Hmm.
better for quality. Candy Jar, for example, every show which drops on Candy Jar is based on a book story. There
Hmm.
have never ever been a banquet scene in a vertical.
Yeah, they say a lot of theirs are a lot of these they say are based on like Chinese IP that's based on like a YA or fan fiction or something like that. I don't, I've never done a deep dive. So
No,
I would love to
I
see,
can tell you Candy Jar, for example, it's based in Germany. So,
is
and
it? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. And Candy Jar, for example, as I said, when you start a vertical on Candy Jar, in the first picture you see this story is based on and the book title. So,
That's
and
great.
and mostly Candy Jar is dropping 1 or 2 shows per week, not like
Mm,
the bigger ones 8 or 10 per week. But when they
mm.
are dropping, you can be assured that the quality of the storyline is mostly really good because, as I said, it's based on a book. And I've never seen a banquet scene in a vertical candy jar. I've never seen so many slaps like in other vertical. You never ever. And the good part on Candy Jar, for example, is also they are doing serial ones. They
Ah,
were
the
they
dream.
were they were vertical. Haley Lorelei was in it. It was called The Arrangement. It even got 4 parts.
This is on
Four,
Candy Jar?
yeah, four
Mm.
parts. That was I really adore this vertical because
Yeah.
it's so different in the storyline, and they
Ah,
did four parts for that. Every part, I think it's
amazing.
45 shows or stuff like that. So four, and there are so many shows on Candy Jar with 2 parts mostly. 45,
That's
40
awesome.
shows every 40 episodes every show, and that's it, and based on books. And I can tell you it's so smooth to watch there
They
because
look
it's
great.
so far away from this classic vertical
Yes,
trope
I know. We gotta
shit.
get away. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you shot for drama pops? Have you been in Turkey
Um,
or in
yes,
Lithuania?
I did one of Drama Pop's very, 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 very early ones. And I think it was like maybe one of their tester ones because they did a fairly, it felt kind of similar to like the usual old school tropes. But I
You
would
know the
love to
title?
go back and try. It was like a, if I pulled up my IMDb right now, I'll tell you.
With
But
whom you have been in Turkey?
It was with Ryan Watson Henderson. Um, it was
No,
like
because, for example, the
Hollywood.
drama pop show are also so good in quality.
Um, this was this was like way before they shifted gears.
Ah,
I
okay.
would love to go back. I would love to go back and like see what they're up to now. Okay, here we go. It's called My Star-Crossed Love in Hollywood.
But when
I think
was
it was
that?
like
When was that?
they're saying 2025 when it came out. It was early because I think we filmed it in like November of 2024.
Okay, okay. No,
So it was
because all
old.
the drama pop shows last year dropped, they were so good in quality. Dang shit.
Yeah.
Storyline
All
and
of those apps
quality.
that you mentioned, I haven't really worked with, but I've been wanting to because I've clocked the quality and I
Mhm.
also have been really wanting to get away from these like stories that are just recycled, rinsed and repeated over and over and over again because it's well, I have many reasons, but
No,
I
I understand. I spoke to a few actors. They told me, I got offered exactly the same role twice with the same text. They didn't even change the character name, but they reshooted the. It's so even in the same locations.
oh yeah, that's very very early date vertical. They used to do stuff like that where they would just literally take the same story. You'd be the same fashion designer,
Yeah, and
and
sometimes it's
and
in a werewolf story. One time it's in a mafia story, and one time it's in a CEO billionaire story.
yeah, yeah, and it's not that I definitely don't have anything against being in something that's in a vertical format or a soap format. It's just that I really am wanting to be in a story that feels original. And
That's true. And for the people like you entered so early, like I entered as an audience, if you entered as an audience in 2023, after 1 year, the story repeated and it was not really entertaining anymore. So that's why I really like these smaller platforms because they are much more willing to take risk for new storylines. Totally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The quality is always so good.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, they give a shit of the numbers. You won't find any
And I
number
hear
on
they're
the
great to
platform.
work for. I
Yeah.
hear
Yep.
backstage, like the companies are very safety minded, that
Mm-hmm.
they're really wonderful when it comes to intimacy
Mm.
and working with the actors and making it back to the craft, right?
Yeah.
Even though it
Yeah.
is a time crunch, they're still keeping it about the art form. And I want to work with teams like that. And now these kinds of shows are coming out and proving successful.
Have you
And
seen the
before,
pirate one?
I have seen clips of it and I love her.
There are
I love
two
my friend.
pirate. There are
It
two
looks great.
pirate ones, which
The one with
dropped.
Emma,
Yeah,
with
this
my
one
drama.
dropped on My Drama, and the other one dropped on Candy Jar. It was shot in Vancouver with Julie
Oh, I
Bruce
didn't
and
see that one.
Nick Westaway and stuff.
Okay, I'll check it
It
out.
it dropped. It's called Beneath Crimson Sails. It dropped
Oh,
three
I've
weeks
heard of this.
earlier before this one of Emma and Nick. But that's
Okay, cool.
so total different and so good.
Yeah,
It
it's so fun. So fun. And I hope that these other companies that were afraid before of taking risks because they were like, well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like we're too scared of taking risks because what we're
yeah,
doing now is already working. I
yeah,
hope now they see that these other things are working, and
yeah.
I hope that it encourages them to branch out.
True. How did you end up in acting? Was it ever a childhood dream, or how did it started in your life
Yeah,
with acting?
I got the bug really young. My first lead role was when I was
Oh,
only four, I think, or 4 or 5. I was I guess I was supporting technically, but I like to think I was a lead. I was
sounds better.
Molly in yeah, yeah. I was Molly and Annie in like this big regional production of Annie. In Washington where I lived as a little teeny tiny kid. And then as I grew up, I mean, I mostly grew up as a competitive figure skater. That was my big focus. But my mom always really encouraged the theater thing. It kind of ran in my blood with the like women in my family. Well,
Hmm.
and I guess my brothers kind of did it too. And so I was always like in community theater,
Okay.
children's theater, kind of doing that. And then when I got to high school, I went to a public high school, but I specifically chose to go to a school that was like known for its theater program. Like they had a teacher there that was really passionate about the program and they were really competitive and like always winning state competitions and
Mm.
stuff. And so I did that. And then when I was in high school, I was watching TV and realized that, that girl on Disney Channel is my age. That's a job you can do. You can actually like make money doing this. That's crazy. And then I was like, okay, well, one day I'm gonna do this for a job. And then my plan initially, because I grew up as a theater kid, was to like do the Broadway thing. And then I realized later all the money was in film. And then I came to LA, and later, as I explored film even more, I actually realized I prefer this process anyway because I have like such like I guess I hate to sound cliche, but I actually do have such ADHD that like my interests are so like wide and varied, and I like to shake things up all the time. I like to move
Mhm.
quickly. I like a lot of things going on around me all the time,
Okay,
and
then
so set
vertical is
life
not so bad for
yeah,
doing
so
that.
set life is for me. I love being on set. And verticals are crazy, but like I can deal with it. The only thing I can't deal with on verticals is when, safety is an issue,
Hmm.
or what could improve on sets and verticals that I gotta say this publicly, like
Yeah, do.
like like some of these sets are so dirty. Like I cannot take
Really?
it anymore. Yes, I like have gotten to the point now where the reason I am like like spacing out my projects is for my health because I have asthma and and some of these sets are so dusty. I swear to God, I feel like they have not been cleaned since they were built. And
Oh,
and that's why they're so cheap to film
uh,
in. And I'm like,
uh,
can we either get a cleaning team in or film somewhere a little bit nicer? Because like some of these like will make the whole crew sick. My last project, the whole crew got sick from the dust at one of these locations because of how dusty it was. Or like
oh, ha.
sometimes there's like fleas, or sometimes that like I can't with the germs anymore, guys. Like we gotta fix it. We gotta fix the germs. My
Okay,
OCD can't take it. Like
understandable. So
I can't with the germs.
what else is needed for you on set to feel comfortable?
Ah,
Because I heard a
good
lot of
vibes.
time, good
Good vibes.
food, good food. I
Oh
heard a
yeah, that's
lot.
true. That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The food is a problem. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a veteran in this space. I will say it. The food is an issue. I always pack an emergency peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my backpack just in case the set food is unedible. And I will tell you 80% of the time I eat that sandwich, like for the most part. And if I ever risk eating the lunch, I often regret it. Like, and I have gone vegetarian just so that I don't even risk like set meat.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I'll still get like tummy cramps, like just throughout the project. I just slowly get more and more bloated if I eat the set food. So I will just start packing my own food. Just like I just sometimes just like, yeah, I can't.
was that
So
on the
the
film?
production
Was that on the feature film? Is that better?
yeah,
Okay,
it was. And you know
okay.
what? It was low budget. It was low budget. And what was so sweet about it, they had really great crafty and I know this is like above and beyond and probably couldn't happen on a vertical, but the where we were filming was the executive producer's like family home, and so
Ah, okay.
the grandma or mom, I guess, of the space, she's Polish. She's so sweet. So every once in a while, she would like come and bring food,
Oh,
and
that's
then
good.
which was so great. And then sometimes we were filming in the East Hamptons, and sometimes the town would like volunteer to come help feed us, and so that they could like sponsor the film, which was so sweet.
That's good.
Um, right? So like that was awesome. I'm like, hey, that's great. You can get companies to get like a little, associate producer credit or like special
Yeah,
thanks
yeah,
if they
yeah,
volunteer some
yeah.
food or something. But yeah, food on sets is a thing. The production companies that like really treat you well with the food, it makes an astounding difference on set. Like
Yeah, I
everyone
think so.
feels valued and cared for, and the whole project is different. I swear to God, like the whole project is different. So to all those producers out there who think it's worth saving an extra $100 on food,
Yeah, no,
just do it. Just
I
spend
heard
the
that.
hundred
I
dollars.
heard that a lot. That's
It's a big
that's
problem.
that it's sometimes you don't get even asked what you want to have for lunch, that they will bring you, no matter if you are, as you said, vegetarian or whatever. Here, eat it, or you had nothing, eat it or starve. So no, that's why I'm asking, because I love to cook, and I know that soul food can make such a difference.
Such a difference. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I was told from actors, yeah, but it's sometimes shit, and then they are filming shirtless scenes right after lunch. That also not so good.
Oh, yeah, there is a tendency to schedule intimacy right after lunch. I don't know
Yeah, and I was so, that's
why.
so shit.
Always. It's every time. It's every time. I'm like, so then we just don't want to eat that lunch. Like we'll just try and save our food till after, but yeah, I try and ask nicely, but there's only so much you can do if it's based on, which room you're filming in that day. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like a lot of other things to consider, but if it's possible ever to do that first thing in the day, that's always nice. But it's
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah. So when you said you did more than 30 verticals, have you also been to China filming, or where have you been to film verticals?
I've been to China, but not for verticals.
Ah, okay.
For verticals internationally, I have been to London and Turkey.
Okay.
Hmm.
Canada? Not even
Not
Canada?
Canada yet either. Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And inside the US, always LA or also Atlanta or New York or where else?
think I think just LA. Yeah. Yeah, I think just LA. Not that these opportunities haven't popped up, but like for one reason or another, it fell through either like, couldn't meet the rate or needs, or the script wasn't right, or dates weren't right and I had a conflict, or,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yeah, so just so happens that the only places I have filmed these are LA, London, and
Turkey.
Turkey. Hmm. Hmm.
What type of role do you prefer in vertical?
In verticals specifically, um, uh, lately I've been really missing the more comedic roles, like the rom-coms. I've been really
Mm-hmm.
missing those. You know, for a while there, it was all about the crying and the torture and all
And
that
it
stuff,
mostly still
and the
is.
yeah, and it mostly still is. And not that I don't enjoy, those layers and emotional stories too. I do. I just also enjoy levity, and I know that a lot of the people, as you said, come to these verticals to try and feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also aware that some of these stories re-traumatize people and and trigger some things. And
Yeah.
so I get very protective of the audience members when there are certain pieces of content in the scripts. So I've been really cracking down on what I'm willing and not willing to do. And has that meant less projects for me lately? Yes, it has. And that sucks. But I'm not going to portray certain levels of abuse if I feel like it is absolutely egregious and for
Yeah.
clickbait and just going to hurt the audience and not actually tell a story, because I
Yeah.
often feel like the abuse happens and
The story doesn't
there's
need it.
there's no like long-term effect on the character. It's almost like it's a rite of passage for her, and the
Yeah.
world just accepts it and it moves on. But there's no display of how does this affect her approach on love? How does this affect her approach on dating or on parenting or relationships? Does it make her like jumpy or scared? Does it make her timid? Does it make her afraid of the world? Does she go to therapy? Like, does
Yeah.
she not go to therapy and turn bad? Or and like go the other way. Like there's never ever a ripple effect. It's just like maybe she got pregnant, or maybe she was forced to abort the baby, and we watch her go through this horrible, gory, graphic forced abortion. Like what is that about? You don't know if someone just went through their own miscarriage. That's
That's the
insane.
point. That's the
Um,
point.
that's insane.
Or
Um,
they're beating up until their miscarriage. That's also the shit stuff.
it's insane. Um, and if the whole vertical was about motherhood and was about a mother like enduring, you know, this
Mm.
pain and sadness and all this stuff, like Hamnet, whatever, like that's a different story, but that would require a lot more storytelling around that event. But these
Mm.
verticals, it's like I feel like the abuse points are just to like push her down as much as possible
Mm.
so that we can just like get on with it and give her a place to rise from, or give her a place for the guy to come and save her, or give whatever. But there's other ways that you can tell that story. There's other ways that you
Yeah.
can have her come back. There's other ways that you can save her. there's even other ways that you can tell that same story without it being so um, traumatizing.
Yeah.
Anyway, all to say, my preferred roles lately um, have been the ones that are um, gentler on the audience
And that's good.
for the verticals in particular. Um, for outside the verticals, like, it's a whole different conversation
Yeah.
but verticals in particular, it's a different game because, the people designing these are looking for likes and clicks and eye tracking and are they going to scroll on? So I'm looking more for the intention behind why we're putting in what we're putting in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've had pushback in the past with comedy and the female being too quirky or funny, and that, people won't want to watch that or whatever. And that bums me out. I'm like, is that true? Like if audiences won't want to, like, I don't think that's true. I
That,
don't think
as
that
I
can be
said,
right.
the thing is, we love to be entertained, but
Exactly.
more like in a way with this rom-com style or with comedy, we have enough drama at home. We don't need so
Exactly.
much drama in the verticals because lately, as we said, the story are repeating and repeating, and mostly exactly after the fifth episode how this story will end and go on, and so um and the thing is, as you said, there are mostly female people watching this show.
Hmm.
Maybe women who cannot have a child, who lost a
Hmm.
child, who lived in an abusive marriage, who,
Hmm.
So let's say 90% of the vertical stories are triggering at some point in that
Hmm.
case, because there are so less stories where you see powerful ladies, where you see that the female lead doesn't have to get rescued by the hero man. Look at it, how often the women got cheated on in the vertical,
Mm-hmm. Hmm. That also seems like it's a typical thing that women should
Yeah,
just get
yeah.
used to and
Oh,
expect.
you got pregnant, get an abortion. Oh, you are ill, I cheat on you. That's so
Oh, you got
annoying.
pregnant? Oh, you drop out of college,
Yeah,
obviously, or you didn't
no
finish high
problem. Move
school.
in with me. I'll pay for everything. That's
Yeah.
such a fairy tale. No, and that's why I love to see total different storylines, like the pirate one.
Mm-hmm.
There is not even so much kidnapping in this pirate one, and there it would make totally sense because the
Mm-hmm.
pirate kidnapped, you know what I mean? So,
Hmm. That's true. That's true.
but not even there you find kidnapping, raping, whatever. And, you know, for me, I recently saw a vertical that was really smooth to watch. It was also a bit with classic vertical storylines, hidden billionaire, blah, she found her. But they were backing up each other the whole story. No
Nice.
cheating, no
Mm-hmm.
dominant husband, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bit weak, but he helped her to get stronger and stronger in her personality. And in the end, they were such a powerful couple. Dang hell yeah. That was
Nice.
entertainment. Not everything or every time the same thing. She is weak. She got beaten up. She got hooked up. She got cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It
not
kind
the
of
real
like,
life.
yeah, yeah. I know. And I also this repetitive trope of the woman being the woman being weak. Like I'm really over playing a weak woman. Like I really want to play, um not that she has to start. there obviously can be a journey, but like I want to be inspiring women. I want to make people laugh and cry in the same story. I want to take people on a journey. I don't want it to be this like single note, superficial lack
But
of
I
depth
think
because
that's
that's
the
not what life
problem.
is.
I think that's a problem from the storylines which come over from China because of this intercultural difference. In China, the female role is weak mostly of the
Or at
time.
least that's what they want you to believe. That's
Yeah,
what they want
yeah,
women to
true.
believe.
So
Hmm.
I really love to see that a lot of the actors or actresses started to write by themselves, so that Western stories are written. For example, the pirate one was written by Scotty Mullen.
Hmm.
Emma was such a powerful lady, this whole story, where I say, yeah, exactly that's it. The thing that women are so devoted and how a housewife, whatever, is long time ago, not
Hmm.
now. Why has it
Hmm.
always to be a hidden billionaire who runs the company? You know,
Hmm.
starting with that. So I'm really hoping what I definitely watch is when it's with a really great sense of humor in it, of comedy in it, and where you see, okay, there is a really equal partnership in it. And
Hmm.
not that the woman has always to hope that he got rescued by a man.
Yeah, because these are intertwined with social media,
Hmm.
something I'm also really aware of is the likely very present teenage audience.
Yeah.
And I am I have become very aware of, you know, if I was a 15-year-old girl and I was watching these stories, how would they be shaping my mind and my
Mm.
perspective of a relationship, of what a woman should be or is, and what a man should be or is? And I can't control what is made, but I can control what I'm in.
Hmm.
And I just, as much as I can, I don't want to be a part of the problem as much as I can. I really want to try my best to, you know, be a part of the thing that like, inspired me to
Yeah.
want to be stronger and
It's the same with, I spoke lately with Rachel Beth Jackson, an
mhm.
oversized actress. She did all this shit XXL storylines where
I
they
know,
always had
yeah.
two actresses. And lately she did her first lead role where she was the whole vertical in it, you know?
Amazing.
So, and there was another XXL storyline on Gamma Time. It was called The Summer I Turned My Sexiest with Volodymyr Pelech in it. And this storyline was the first XXL storyline I really adored because
Hmm.
she was a bit uncomfortable. She never got bullied in this vertical. She was more a bit inconfident with, so, and he was always backing her up so that she got more and more self-confident. And in the end, she was so powerful that she kicked her cheated ex husband in the ass and got her company back without not needing any rescuing by a man. So, and that was the first XXL one where not the XXL was in the title, you know,
Hmm.
where it was only one actress and she was powerful mostly of the vertical. But that's the same stuff, As you said, when you think about a 15-year-old teenager watching it, they don't never use protection. Okay, so you got pregnant, not a problem. You can get an abortion. No, that's total the wrong transportation how a relationship should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there just needs to be more sensitivity of the audience
Mm,
in general. Like what we're of all the ages, of all the
mm-hmm.
demographics, that the audience needs to be treated less like a product and more like a real person and more like a smart person too. Because I also am tired of the audience being treated like they're unintelligent. That's getting very irritating to me as well
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
audience is very smart. And I just want us to tell stories that celebrate that too. You know, I could go on about this forever. There's the doggy. Hi, baby. Aww, what a black shadow.
Yeah. He's, everything in my household is black. Just
I
kidding.
love it. Hi, baby. How's
Yeah.
teenagehood?
The chaotic one.
Is
Awa!
he teasing?
Yeah. When he's tired, he always needs your fingers too.
Just kind of munch on.
Yeah.
Where'd my dog go? Oh, he's in his bed. My dog is like the size of your dog's head.
No, Dion has. I was at the vet to get his shot. 32.5 kilos at the moment.
Oh, that's so big. That's
As
crazy.
I said, he's a yeah, yeah. That's it. No, where we wait. So, where have we been? No, the thing is, what I want to say before I want to ask you the 5 question quickie. I'm doing every month with the 5 big review ladies a monthly recap episode for this podcast where we talk about the verticals that recently dropped, and we are also talking about the crap of the month, why we turned verticals off, what was shit. Yeah, the problem is sometimes that if you are reading reviews, mostly of the reviews are only published when the vertical was minimum, let's say, a 3.5 out of 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they won't upset anyone who did it. But in my opinion, as you said, we are not dumb. We have to speak up for what we have a big problem with it. And lately, what I really liked to see was there were so many interactive verticals on Real Short and Drama Box, but they realized that the audience is not liking them, because you had to pay for a membership, and even with them, if you have a membership, you already have to pay, also have to pay for the decisions you are making. So it was so expensive to watch such a show. And we spoke up a few times and said, listen, you cannot have to pay for a weekly membership. Let's say a weekly membership on Real Short, for example, is in my country 25 euros. And then you have to buy coins to make these decisions in the vertical that ended up that a vertical is around about 60 or 70 euros for one vertical.
That's ridiculous.
It is. And I recognized, yeah, I haven't seen an interactive one for a long time now. So I'm hoping that they are done with this shit. And so I'm hoping, this evolving, let's say, evolving system in the verticals. They are at some point always type of new stuff they try. And then they realize, okay, the audience is not liking it so much. Okay, we are doing it less. And so that's a thing I'm hoping also with the AI stuff, to be honest. But it takes time until the platform realizes, no, okay, that was not so good. We can cut that. So yeah, we will see. One last question before I will ask you the 5 question quickie. Do you watch your own verticals, or do you watch verticals in general?
I don't really watch my own verticals or verticals in general, except I will watch like the first 3 episodes of mine just to kind of like understand the tone and like how they edited it and like to see how they produced it to be like, okay, I see where this is going. Oh, they put all the sound effects. Okay, got it. I don't need to see anymore. Okay. Like, if it's one that I was like, hey, the edit actually did pretty, they edited this pretty good. And I remember the story being pretty good. Then I will actually go through and see if I can collect some footage for like a reel or something,
Yeah.
and those will be like the few that I will watch. But if I see that it got like just completely discombobulated, then I will
Yeah.
not hurt myself.
Sometimes the
Um,
post-production ruins it
it
completely.
ruined it, I know. And then other verticals, um, I'll watch like I said, like those first free ones. I've never spent money on verticals that I wasn't going to try and get footage for myself if I could, but they make it impossible. Um, just because I don't want to, I will watch like my friends' free episodes
Mm-hmm.
on the internet, but I don't want to put too much of the story in my head because I don't want to put too much of other people's choices and styles in my head, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I want to make sure that when I'm making my own choices in auditions and with the style and whatnot, that I'm continually evolving as an actor,
Mm.
and I'm not getting stuck in like a style or a
Yeah. Yeah.
intonation
Got
or
it. Yeah.
but I will definitely check out like the free ones that are posted and see kind of like what's becoming popular and see what's the style. Oh, this story is new and this one,
Yeah.
you
Lately
know,
there were
um,
a few on TikTok completely for free to watch.
oh, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's the other thing is I because let's see, how much are they charging these days for a vertical? Is it like $25 still?
Depends where you watch it and what you.
Mm-hmm.
For example, as I said, the weekly membership on Willshot is 25 euros.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then it's like unlimited.
yeah, for 1 week
Mm-hmm.
to watch
Mm-hmm.
unlimited. But for example, Carlos TV doesn't offer a
Mm-hmm.
membership. You have to buy coins, and then one show costs me around about 60 euros to watch.
60?
Yeah.
Woo! Oh my gosh, that's more than a movie theater. Yeah, if
It's
it's
more
more
than
than
a
a
Netflix. It's more than a
yeah,
monthly Netflix.
yeah.
And the
I'm
thing,
like
the next thing is that drops lately was Shara TV dropped this app. I think
right.
you,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
there you have to pay per show. There is a show $15 to watch.
Right, like a movie ticket. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but at the beginning they didn't have even a paywall. You have it to pay right from the beginning, so you couldn't even watch a
Oh,
few episodes to see if you would like the story or not. But for
oh,
example, for my ladies, we are watching roundabout 60, 70 shows per month.
wow.
Pay
Yeah,
$15 for every show?
yeah. That's a
Simply
lot.
no.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Simply no.
Right, because there's less movies coming out in the movie theater. Yeah, what do you think? I'm sure you've thought a lot about this. Do you have an idea of what you feel like would be the most fair way to audience members to pay for this?
So I have yearly memberships
Hmm.
for Candy Jar, but Candy Jar, for example, charges only 70 euros for a yearly membership.
Oh, wow. And that's unlimited.
Yeah, a whole
That's
year.
great.
A
That
whole
seems worth
year.
it.
Yeah, it is. They're not dropping so many shows, but that what they are dropping is good in
It's better.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And for example, my drama, I'm waiting. On my drama, you can purchase a monthly membership.
Mm-hmm.
And if you purchase it on the website,
Mm-hmm.
which works then also in the app, there you can get a monthly membership for 14.99. for a
Okay.
month. Also,
Mm-hmm.
unlimited.
Mm.
Drama Pop's yearly membership is actually around about 100 euros.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm much more willing to pay for a platform with really great content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to spend on something that's like not a sure thing.
And the problem
Where
is with this big bunch of platforms that lately dropped. Because so many platforms, you cannot purchase everywhere a membership. We need less
no,
platforms, you know?
I know. I feel like tell me if you feel like this is what's happening too. I get the sense that we're in a similar similar era in a way to it feels kind of like the beginning of 20 like mid 2024 where there was like a bunch of new apps making making their stuff, and then after that they'll start to like drop because not they won't all survive, of course.
I'm
But it
hoping
kind of
when I
comes up and
started
down.
watching verticals, there were only real short max, drama box, good short, and
iDrama?
no, iDrama wasn't there at that time. I think it was 5 or 6 platforms when I started.
Uh-huh.
And right now I have 52 platforms on my smartphone. You know what I mean?
Stressful.
And there are more than 300 platforms now.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wait,
I have
that's
the
like
feeling
more
that
than we've
lately
ever
with
had.
every new show, a new platform drops. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
for the
God.
audience, it's getting really expensive to watch verticals.
Yeah.
As I said, lately a few shops dropped totally free on TikTok,
Uh-huh.
but that's also shit. Sorry for saying
Right.
that. I don't like
Hey,
the
no,
TikTok shows.
hey, they're not all gold. We know
No, it would be
that.
much better if there would be, let's say, 20 platforms
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Because for the
Yeah.
audience, it's not really affordable sometimes to watch these shows you want to watch if you're not watching it on Daily Motion, to be honest.
Yeah, that's kind of where I watch them just to afford it.
Yeah,
Um,
but I cannot afford on every platform a membership where I want to watch a show.
no, I can't either. I mean, who can? Who can? I wonder if like, you know how Fox and Disney and all these companies are popping in to like get some skin in the game. I wonder if at some point they're going to start just eating these up so that they can
To be honest, I'm
clump
hoping it a bit.
clump them. Yeah, I mean, maybe then it will make it easier for you guys, and then maybe it'll make the quality go up, even if it means less shows. At least it means the ones that
Yeah,
come out
but
will be
but
better.
let's be honest. How many shows are dropping every week actually? On this more than 300 platforms, there are more than 50 shows per week.
Wow.
I cannot watch 50 shows per week. I don't need
No.
50
And
shows
how
per
many of
week.
those 50 are even like up
Yeah.
there in the like good ones
Not
to
even
see?
worth to watch.
Right,
And
right.
that's a problem. As you said, I think this year there is a big ongoing in this industry because a lot of platforms lately tried to get into the market, but
Mm-hmm.
as we saw already, some of them don't even exist anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs a bit time to get regulated in a way by money, by new bigger companies or
Yeah,
whatever.
I think there's a lot of factors we don't know too. I also think that there are companies that will uh rebrand and just change their name and change it into a new app, but it was like the same company that had this other app like last year. They just
Yeah,
like
we see a lot of the new platforms which drops lately that let's say they have one origin show and the rest is bought from other platforms.
yeah, they probably brought it over. Exactly,
And then they
exactly.
publish it as new, but only with a different title, but the rest is totally
Mm-hmm.
Drama
That's
Wave did that
something,
lately so much.
that's something that if there's ever a vertical specific union or something, like that's something I hope that gets ironed out is it is really sad sometimes that these shows can get sold over and over and over again, and all of
And
us
you
only
get
got paid
paid
for the days
once.
that we worked.
Yeah,
Just for the days that we worked, not even for the money it makes, not even for the other
yeah,
platforms it gets sold to. There's like
yeah,
no
yeah,
back end at all. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we will see. I think that now, let's say the first 2 full years of verticals are over,
for
and
sure.
all the
So
people,
over.
yeah, and all the people who thought, yeah, that's a fling, yeah, that's going down, yeah, that's not longer than 2 years, are now realizing, oh dang shit, that's $1 billion industry right now. That's why I think
And
so.
everyone's like,
Yeah.
popping their
So
heads out from
hello,
the hedges.
I want to get in some way. So, in my opinion, this market is trying to reorganize in a different way now, and
Hmm.
Europe will pop up much more. Also for shooting locations, because shooting in LA got recently so expensive that it's much more
So
cheaper to
expensive.
shoot in Europe.
Hmm. I know some tax laws just got passed to make it cheaper again, but I still don't think it's as cheap as elsewhere. So
Yeah. So I think
hopefully more
that
opportunities
will
pop up.
brings it maybe a bit more over to Europe, because here
That's great.
you don't have yet the audience for it. It's too
Yeah.
unknown here in Europe. So I think in the audience market here is really great potential in Europe still
Mm.
to go on. So I think that this summer getting more and more popular, so that we, let's say, can restart at the beginning of 2027, that everyone is getting a bit more sorted then.
Yeah,
Know
this year's
this,
very like
yeah, this AI
ah.
hype is gone, this everyone wants to make a platform is gone, or a bit less, and stuff like that. So I'm curious about nearly what happened in the beginning of 2027.
I'm also very curious about where the genres are going as well, because I'm noticing like a lot more like John Green style YA-ish stories
Yeah,
and like what do you feel like will be the like popular genres as Europe gets more involved? Like, is it going to be sci-fi,
yeah, criminal
fantasy,
criminal cases.
criminal, oh, like true crime, like horror, true crime, or like sci-fi or horror?
Like, no, not horror.
Oh,
Europeans don't look so much.
like
Don't watch so. Yeah,
realistic, like
real
crime, true
criminal
crime.
cases like CSI Miami or stuff like that.
Cool. That's
We
sick.
are, in England, stuff like Miss Marple, Sherlock Holmes, criminal
Uh-huh.
storylines.
Yeah.
And for example, here in Germany, we are the biggest country of castles. You can shoot here so great. I shot here in my hometown has a big castle, and I shot a movie with a French production company in it. It was a period piece
Cool.
of the Second World War. We have
Nice.
so many castles and stuff. You can shoot here in Germany so good period pieces.
Let's go film
Really.
in a castle. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for winning the lottery.
Right, right. There's that. There's that.
Now we have a European lottery, which where you can win 120 million euros.
Okay, so we just need to win that,
Yeah.
and
Then I will
then we
fund
can
my
film in some
own
castles.
verticals. Yeah, I
Perfect.
already spoke with Kirby Alwood. We will then fund a 6 sequel criminal vertical in
Perfect.
6 European countries. So, yeah,
Done.
fingers
Sorted.
crossed. So, yeah, it's all clear. I have the actors, I have the directors, I have I. The only thing missing is
The lottery.
I have to find the hidden billionaire, or I have to win the lottery.
Right, right. The hidden
One thing of that
billionaire.
should happen, and
Hmm.
then I can tell you, here you can come to Europe and shoot here dang
Right.
many
Well,
verticals. Yeah, but
sometimes the
I'm
hidden
working.
billionaires are like in hotels or strip
I was in
clubs.
a hospital, but I
Or a
haven't found
hospital. Yeah,
the doctor. No, so hospital,
no.
no.
Maybe a car crash? Go save one from a car crash?
Not even one of my professor colleagues is the hidden billionaire.
Ah.
I'm still working on it, but I haven't found him yet. So
Okay,
we will
I'll
see.
keep my eyes peeled too. We'll
Yeah.
both be looking.
Yeah. Cosette, at the end of every episode, I'm asking a 5-question quickie. Everyone got the same
Okay.
5 questions. First one,
Ooh.
as I said, I love to cook. What's your favorite dish to eat?
Oh, I know you said this is a quickie, and because you said that, now I'm panicking and it's not going to be quick.
No problem. Can you
She
cook?
said quick, and I'm like, slow. I can cook.
You
I can. I
told
love
me
cooking.
earlier that you loved the quickies
I know.
on set because of your ADHD. So what now?
I know. I'm just being silly. Okay, I love, this gonna sound silly, but I love soups. Like, I love any soup. I love stews. I love chilies. I love bisques. I just like warm, cozy soup varieties.
Oh, that's crazy. I don't like
I
soups.
know. And I also love, uh, like, a really good bread and cheese and fruit. Like, I'm like a poor Victorian child, I guess.
Can you bake your own bread?
No, that's the one thing I have not learned yet, but I am a good baker of treats like cookies
Hmm.
and things like that. Like, I usually bring cookies to set at some point.
Yeah,
Um,
because okay, Germany is a good bread culture. Here you can
yes,
get
I
really
know
great
this.
bread.
I
Yeah.
love me some bread. I'm so pro carbs.
No, here in Germany you can buy in the supermarket different type of bread combination where you have only to put water in it and a bit of I think and then you can bake it and you have the best bread ever.
What? It's like a
It's not
mix.
a ready to go mix where you
That
only have
sounds
to put
amazing.
2 ingredients more and then you have the best bread.
I
I
wonder if
will
I can
send you
like
next.
cook
Tomorrow
it.
I will go to the supermarket. I will send you some pictures over. There is a whole bunch where you can only find this one. Yeah.
Okay, send me bread. Wait, what's your favorite dish?
I published a cookbook.
You did?
Yeah.
I want to see this.
I cooked in different German TV shows.
Oh, you're a star. Oh my God. Oh, this looks amazing. Ooh,
That's my cookbook.
that's great. I love this.
Yeah, but it's in German. And there is a one chapter for
Oh,
waffle
I love waffles.
recipes.
I love
And
some waffles.
I was invited in Germany to different TV shows to cook for 2-star chefs.
That's so cool.
And that's a chapter about that one.
That's awesome.
And there is a chapter in with my favorite meals. But to be honest, one thing I could eat day and night is spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, okay, that's good. You're right. You're
I
right.
have a big garden
Spaghetti
here,
bolognese.
1,000 square feet, and I'm growing and harvesting. You see here my
Uh-huh.
small tomato plants, which have to be put in the garden. I grow my own tomatoes every year, a lot of different types, and then I'm cooking my own tomato sauce with all the Italian herbs I'm growing in my garden, and then I preserve
Wow.
it, and then I only have to buy meat, put the meat into the
Super.
pan, put the tomato sauce in it, and then I have the best bolognese.
This is amazing. You're living the dream. This is literally like goals for me. One day when I can afford like
I've also
some
chicken in
land.
my garden.
Ah, see, I will have a chicken. I will have a garden. I would love to grow my own. I grew up, my family are all farmers, so like it's in
Mm.
my blood to like cultivate.
Yeah, I
And
love this.
I
Grow my
wanna
own vegetables and fruits.
I wanna
Nothing
do
better.
that. I want to
Nothing
do
better.
that. Oh my God,
Yeah, and I
you're
have
living
a
it.
really big kitchen, and I preserve every year a lot of stuff. I'm creating my own chutneys, my own jellies, my own vinegars. I'm making. Should
Okay,
I
I'm coming
send you?
over.
Should I send you over a Michaela's kitchen care package? It would not be the first one that goes straight to LA, to be
Oh my
honest.
God, I would be honored. I would be
No,
so honored.
I sent. I recorded with an actor from New York. He got my tomato sauce and stuff.
Wow.
So
Wow.
if
I
you want
mean,
to, I can send you over Michaela's
for real.
Michaela's kitchen care package. No problem. With tomato,
Wow.
as
I'll
I
send
said,
you
I
an
made just,
LA care package, a
I
Korean care
made
package.
vinegars. I made no different type of vinegars for salads. I make relishes, chutneys, jellies. I
Oh
even
my
bake
God.
cakes in a jar so
That's
that
so
they are
cool.
preserved for 6, 7 months.
You're just the coolest person. Okay, well, if you send me a care package, I will send you a care package.
Okay, deal. We do it.
Okay,
But
great.
maybe I will send you then a second one where my Christmas bakery is open because
You
I'm
have a Christmas
baking
bakery?
in
What is
November.
it?
I'm baking every day round about 60 different types of Christmas cookies. And
So cool.
then, yeah, last year, everyone I recorded with in November last year, I think
Uh-huh.
there were 10 packages on their way to LA. Cayman Cardiff got one, Elijah Von Zenten got one, Buddy Kane got one, Roberta Sparta eat some of my cookies.
Oh, Roberta. I love her. I just worked with her.
Yeah, and I'm baking every year around about 70 kilos of Christmas cookies.
Oh my God.
And
I want
with,
to send you
the
Christmas cookies. I do make you like
traditional,
Christmas cookies. We should
yeah,
exchange.
yeah, and because I'm not so far from Switzerland here, going to Switzerland is a land for great chocolate,
Right.
because Lindt is in
Yes.
Switzerland. And
Yes.
so every year I'm getting there the really good chocolate for the Christmas cookies to do it. And yeah.
I'm salad. I think drool just came down my face.
No, I'm baking the
I
whole November. I'm starting at the
uh
1st of November until the
uh
last day of November. Then I'm closing my Christmas bakery. But then there is round about 60 different types of Christmas cookies.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
So that's
Okay,
a bit more
well,
escalating than the cookbook.
that's so amazing. And I will also be sending you my amateur Christmas cookies, which will not taste anywhere as good as your European ones because I have my stupid American ingredients. But but you can compare and let me know. At least we'll have like my love inside them.
That's great. No, we will do that. We will talk about that after the recording then. No,
Okay, good.
so as I said,
Because I'm
spaghetti,
curious.
in my life, spaghetti bolognese fits every day.
Okay, that was smart.
Cold, warm, doesn't matter. But I
I support this.
love spaghetti bolognese. And because I train my dogs for hunting,
Mhm.
I love game bolognese.
Yeah, interesting.
That's
Okay.
such a fantastic taste with
Yeah,
game meat.
the only gamey bolognese I've had was last year on my birthday, hee hee, which is almost a year ago now. Um, it was a bolognese, but with duck, I think.
Yeah, okay. No, here it's deer. It's
Here. Okay.
or wild boar. In my cookbook, you find a recipe for a wild boar burger
Do you
with the
prefer
self-made mango chutney as burger sauce.
oh,
Yeah,
do you prefer bolognese with the boar or the deer?
mostly nothing of both. A good friend of mine breeds Galloways.
What's that?
You don't know what a Galloway is?
Am I being I'm probably so dumb. Hang on, let me Galloway? Is that what you're
It's a
saying?
cow. Yeah, it's a cow.
Oh, a
A
cow.
Scottish cow.
Oh, okay, I see it. I
And
see.
he
I see. Okay.
breeds them with
Okay, I see.
non-industrial food They're living their best lives. And
Nice.
Galloway meat in a bolognese. Oh, dang shit.
Nice. Okay, so beef. A really happy beef. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
great.
I mostly prefer beef or a combination of beef and pork.
Yeah,
50-50.
right. That makes actual sense.
But I was told when I lived in Italy for a job for 5 months, I was shown by a really old nonna the original bolognese recipe, and they put bacon in the bolognese. So she told me that you don't need the pork meat because the bacon gives you the fat
The
you need
poor.
to, yeah,
Okay. Okay, Nona. Okay.
yeah.
I will
And I
log this
got
away.
an origin spaghetti carbonara recipe from an Italian old nonna. Yeah, that was a
Aw.
good time. No, so Italian food, you can catch me with Italian food totally.
I'm with you. That's my favorite type of cuisine is
Yeah, and here,
Italian.
as I said, I live here in the south of Germany, and here in the 60s and 70s, a lot of guest workers came over from Italy. We have here really great Italian restaurants and stuff.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know.
What are
I
you
hear the
squeaking,
squeaky.
Dion? Huh? What are
I
you
think
squeaking?
I feel like I shouldn't have said soup because I'm
Ah, ow,
I'm
ah.
like I'm like wait, I do eat Italian all the time. Maybe I should have said Italian food. I do love me some pasta. There's this um butternut squash ravioli at Trader Joe's that I eat all the time.
Yeah. So,
That's pretty good. Hi, buddy. Look at that toy.
yeah, that toy. Wait.
Oh, yeah, that's the size of my dog. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. So, second question. Do you have any comfort movie?
Ooh,
Maybe from your
comfort
childhood
movie.
or whatever, a movie you love to watch all the time because it makes you really comfortable?
Yes, I know these exist. I just need to like sit with this.
A Disney movie maybe,
It's
or
probably Disney. Oh, I love the Inside Out movies. I know those aren't from like my childhood, but I really like those movies a lot. I also I recently rewatched um Thumbelina, which was so precious, but I don't watch that regularly. I hadn't watched that since I was a kid.
I don't know this
I
movie.
Thumbelina, oh, it's like a little tiny girl who falls in love with a fairy. It's so precious.
Okay.
Um, um, I I
Dion, please. Can we
I
finish
really
here without squeaking?
love
Thank you.
this is not like the happiest movie, but I watch it a lot. Um, but I love the Kill Bill movies.
Oh. Hmm.
You know Kill Bill?
Yeah, I know.
I love Kill Bill a lot. Um, and I also love the Royal Tenenbaums, and um, I really love this movie, Phantom Thread, also kind of darker. These are not happy movies. These are not happy movies,
You have
but
a
maybe
dark
because
side
they're
in you, huh?
familiar. Yeah, it's people's surprise. I'm into a lot of like more of the like darker emotional. I mean, I'm into comedy too. I'm multifaceted, okay?
Okay.
Um, and comedy wise, I love Bridesmaids and I love that's like my favorite, one of my favorite comedies is Bridesmaids. Oh, Blades of Glory. Love Blades of Glory because it's like the ice skating comedy, so I have to love that. Uh, I'm panicking. I'm gonna hang up this call and remember like my all-time favorite and be kicking myself. Um, it's probably also more like TV shows I would leave on in the background when I'm doing things. Do you know what I
Uh,
mean?
yeah, I'm doing that
Um,
also. I
yeah, I do it
love
all the
I love
time.
the classic TV series like Big Bang Theory, like Two and a Half Men. I watched that, or How I Met Your Mother and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I grew up watching a lot of I Love Lucy, and um, my mom loved Frasier, so we had that
Mhm.
on all the time. So I loved Frasier. Um, though I think I may have recently heard that that actor is like super into Trump. I don't know if that's true. I need to like look that up because if that's true, that kind of makes me want to take a break on Frasier. Um, then
Makes
there's
sense.
like, yeah. Then there's like, the silly stuff like SpongeBob.
Yes, SpongeBob. I watched already also the SpongeBob movie in the cinema.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta have a place in your heart for SpongeBob. Come on.
Wait, I will show you something. Wait.
Okay.
When you were talking about SpongeBob,
Yay!
these are house shoes.
No, they're slippers?
Yes,
Shut up. I love it.
Gary
Those are
slippers.
awesome. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll always love SpongeBob.
No, these are slippers, and whenever my oldest godchild is coming over
Uh-huh.
to sleep here, he loves to wear these slippers.
That's so cute.
Dion, no, that's not a toy. Hello.
I have sea otter slippers that my dog thinks are a toy because I'm obsessed with sea otters.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, no.
Dion, we're busy.
Yeah, he's getting impatient.
He's so
It's the
funny.
last 5 minutes before he went to bed, you know? It's like a small kid. Oh,
It's
five
like
more
that second
minutes.
wind. Ah, I get like that myself. I get
Yeah.
it.
So, let's say comfort or favorite music.
Yes. Okay. This I can answer quickly. My all-time favorite artist, her name is Aurora. She's bigger in Europe, so maybe you've heard of her.
Yeah, I'm
She's
sure.
Norwegian.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I heard this name, but I have to check
I'm,
what she
I'm
looks
like
like.
I've been her fan for a long time, and I only feel like she's just barely starting to get bigger here in the States. But I adore her. I feel like her music just her soul speaks to my soul. I don't know what it is, but she's got like the same neuro spiciness that I've got or something. I don't know, but we just feel like spirit sisters. So I love her music. She's my all-time favorite.
Yeah, she's
I could
from
listen to her
Norway.
stuff nonstop. Mhm.
From
And then
Norway.
my second favorite artist right now, and has been for a bit, her name's Leve. She's Icelandic. Well, she's half Icelandic, half Chinese, but she was raised in Iceland. But she lives out
Okay,
here now, and she's
okay.
kind of like a cross between like jazz and pop. And she's really, really great too. And I've recently been getting into Ray. I don't know if you've heard of her. Also kind of jazzy, as well. But Aurora is my girl. She's like my fave. And I also love the oldies like 70s, like I and 60s. I love Carole King and Joni Mitchell and
Carol
all
King. I
The
have two
Laurel
albums
Canyon.
of Carol King on my smartphone.
Good, good. Yes, I feel like every woman needs to understand the like Laurel Canyon era of mu
Hmm.
female music. They're so good.
That's true. No, I love Carol King too. I love it. So, two last questions.
Mhm.
Which of your verticals I have definitely should watched? If I would
Mm,
have never watched any verticals, which one of yours should I have definitely watched?
um, the sorority heiress one that came out. When did that come out? January of this year? February of this year? I played the villain actually in that one. That came out. It's called Sorority Heiress Takes Her Throne. It was on Flare Flow. Um,
Flow, okay.
I got to play like a funny, like villainy character. I also really enjoyed my character in My Runaway Fiance Became My Bodyguard. I was like a
The titles are
ditzy.
always so stupid. Sorry, Emily.
I know that one. That one was originally called Fated Love, and I was like, oh my God, I love that title, but there's no way they're gonna keep it. And I was right.
Yeah.
Um, that one was very sweet. I got to play like a Hollywood starlet. It was still like a cheesy like it was a vertical story, but it was wholesome and funny and sweet and let's see. I think and then I would say people loved One Fateful Night with My Boss. That was like a big one at the time. Um, People also really liked Lights, Camera, Action. That was a real short one. I'm looking at my my own IMDb. There's definitely some missing on here. Yeah, I would say those two. The Slime Maid one I was telling you about is a really interesting one. That first one I ever led. Um, I think that one's worth seeing too because it's very telling of the time and I sometimes I'll go back and watch. I actually have some footage of that one. Um, and sometimes I'll go back to see like how much I've progressed as an actor, and also in some ways that like it's sweet seeing some things that I've held on to as an actor that I'm glad I've held on to as an actor
Mm-hmm.
because it's just me as a person, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I look so different too. My hair was dark with bangs, and um, I was just getting my like confidence as a lead, and you could tell I was really enjoying stepping into that. And she was such an intense character, so that was fun. Though there were some weird issues on that one. Like I got like pink eye on that project. So like at some point you can see that my eye gets like red red. So they have to start like lighting me all weird and stuff. And then there were like a couple wardrobe mishaps where like uh they were too big, so we had to like pin me in weird so I look like I'm wearing like a diaper and these one short pair of shorts and like these could never be perfect, right? Like but the most different of all of the ones I've ever done was the sorority heiress one. That was like the most different for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
Last question. Which genre you want to see more on you in the vertical space?
Ooh, I'm gonna give two answers.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Um, just because I feel like I'm very versatile and can do a lot of things, and I know because I've done it. And I'm very grateful I have not had to be put in too much of a box. Um, but I would love to do more of the comedy for sure and the rom-com and the levity, but also, when I got to do that feature film, it was a like a scream queen horror situation
Mm-hmm.
and psychological thriller vibes, and this character had very much like a she had many layers to her personality, if not maybe, it was almost like she had like a couple different personalities, and I really, really enjoy that drama of being at war with yourself and like having this part of your brain feeling this way and this part of your brain fighting with it because it wants to do this, and the the dramatic shifts in a story like that from a character that's very unpredictable, that can go
Mm-hmm.
from being really sweet and calm to being chaotic. Um, and so in the drama space, it would be really fun to play more interesting and dynamic characters than just like the sad, tortured girl, right? Because there's so
Oh
much more you
yes.
can do. Uh,
Oh yes.
so yeah, that's what I would like to see because I'm capable of it, and I wanna play and I wanna show that.
Yeah, we will see what will happen this year. As I said, I
We'll
think there
see.
is a big movement in it, actually.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I'm very much like. this year I'm very much in a mindset of like, you're seeing the rise of AI, but you're also seeing the rise of indie as well.
Yeah,
And that's
true.
something I kind of predicted a couple of years ago where I was like, okay, if we're going to be leaning into this tech artificial side, there's going to be a push for authenticity and indie and all this stuff. And I really want to go on that side and I really want to tap into what makes me feel creative and what makes me feel like an artist. And this year, I really want to nourish that and take the opportunities that, even if they feel risky, they feel like they're helping me develop that artistry on that side.
Yeah.
No one can, I guess the podcast people can't see me doing hand gestures, but I'm pointing to one side. But yeah, I think it's the year of like figuring out who you are as an artist, right? It's like let's
It
all
is
focus
not
on,
also not only as an artist, also at the an audience.
yeah, exactly. Yes, and as an audience, as a person, as a
Yeah,
voter.
we will. Cosette, I thank you so much for your time and recording with
Yes,
me.
thank you for
It was
having
a
me. It's so
pleasure.
fun.
And we have to stay in contact because of, the food exchange.
Yes, we have a deal. We have an exchange
We
to
have
do.
a we are doing a intercultural friendship for food.
I love it. It's like a pen pal, but food pal. Food
Yeah,
pen pal.
why not?
Why
Why
not?
not?
I'm excited. I love this.
I'm the type, if I want to do it and it doesn't hurt anyone, so why not?
Exactly. I'm of the same mind.
So, talk to you soon, Cosette, and
Yes,
thanks again for your time. And I wish you
likewise.
all the best for this vertical year.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, Cosette.
Bye.
This is a wrap on this episode, and I hope you tune in again.